Hello, Croeso. Welcome back to Britain's Hidden History. Me, Ross Broadstock. And today we're going to have some great field work up in Senghenydd. You'll see some fantastic scenery and some of the stones up there and trying to get to the layout. It's absolutely crucial for a few different reasons. Let's show you the map. So you can see here, this is South Wales, obviously. There's the Severn, Bristol over in England there. There's Cardiff, the capital of Wales. Right, the area we're interested in is this kind of, inside this circle, you'll see there's three real residential areas. You've got the sort of Pontypridd area, and down here where I am, Caerphilly's the second one, and Ystrad Mynach. You've got this big area in the middle, which is absolutely crucial for a number of reasons. We've got three different, very druidic, we've got three things we are researching in one trip, because this is so important. So if you zoom in a bit, you'll see, the first thing you'll see here, Aber Tridur. Very important. Aber means where waters meet. Tree is three, and Dur is water. So this is where three waters meet. For Druidic, I mean, you've got the number three and the water. Absolutely crucial point. Very, very important for religious reasons, historical reasons. Right, now what we have here is the Senghenydd Valley. Okay. Now this valley is unusual because you'll see it just stops. It's a dead end. It's a blind valley, like a blind alley. So it's a dead end valley, which is very significant as well. And it seems to be used for a lot of different purposes. For one, Wilson and Blackett suggests the name Senghenydd is not about St. Kenneth at all. It's a mutation of Senedd. And it's not that makes sense, because if it was after Kenneth, it would probably be Llan Kenneth, Church of Kenneth, or the church place of Kenneth. So why is it Senghenydd? Anyway, that's not the main thing today, but it's worth bearing in mind. In medieval times, this valley was said to be used as a leper colony, because again, you can block it off, and these people aren't going anywhere. Although today we now have this modern road, very, very steep, with a sharp hairpin, and you come up onto the common, as you'll see, okay? Now, the things we're looking at, the first one is, the Wilson and Blackett work tell us that this whole area, I'm going to have to zoom out, sorry for jumping around, this whole area, it forms a star map. You've got the stones on the Garth and all sorts of places, the mounds. You can follow it all around, and all this forms a great big zodiac. So all these hills around South Wales, absolutely crucial. But you've got to put them all together. Now let's come on to the second point, that how do you know how the map works? You've got to get your bearings, you know, which star is which, and how do you learn how to use it. And this, the Mabinogi tells us, is the crucial part, because Owen and Arthur come up here, and this is where they play their famous game of Gwyllbwyll, which is not chess, it's a board game. We've made new copies of that, which you can get from cymraglyphics.com website. So where we are is up here, up on the common, okay? It's very high, great views all around. And the theory is, which seems to be borne out, there are a lot of large stones here, and you'll see one today. It's a double stone. They're in arrangements. There's clearly something going on, and we need to map everything and put all the pieces together to work out what it is. Now, Wilson and Blackett, what they put in their book, The Ark of the Covenant, is that this is the place, like I said, where they have the game of Gwyllbwyll, and the reason it works is because if you know the right place to stand, you can see all the marker stones all pointing off different directions, and they will guide you to the main mound or stones on the big map. So this is like the university, the learning place. Okay. Now, number three, the third one, which is a new line of research, and it's quite fascinating. And this is from the work of Steve Willett. He's done brilliant work. And what he shows is that you have all around here, all these names and that all fit in. It's going to sound bizarre, with Babylonian, the story of Gilgamesh and Enkidu and all that all fits in with the geography. Like the Philly's stag in Welsh, and that the ancient Babylonian zodiac. So it seems the same area has been used more than once. How they relate, whether they're separate, very difficult to tell at this stage, is why we need more time. And this whole area is going to be destroyed by a wind farm or a wind factory, power station. There's no farming going on. There we go. Let's not get into those again. I only get annoyed. So this area, so what Steve has worked out, if you watch the other video I put up a few weeks ago, is an area, it's like a box that would fit about here. So somewhere in that box, Steve is expecting to find the Polaris stone at the centre of his map. And then from that you can work it all out, you see. Okay, so this is, so 3 bits of research, absolutely crucial. And we're going to be looking around this area to try and solve this. So the way it works is you come out to Senghenydd. It's a very steep road, very sharp hairpin. And then you've got, as you'll see, this is a byway, all right? There's a boat. It's access to all traffic. But the farmer's got a habit of blocking this, which makes it difficult. But we had a Land Rover, so you'll see. So you can walk it. It's not too far. So you come down here, parked up round to the second entrance, and we're exploring on this video mostly around this area to see what clues we can get. And then you'll see the Polaris stone. If it gets too long, there might be a little follow-up video because we're pretty certain we found that and we know where it is now, okay? So, a little bit of outside work. Hope you enjoy this. Right, well, job again today. Got Blaze in the back. We're in the Land Rover with Bob and Tim. And we're following up what Steve Willits is showing, looking at the Babylonian names up on Senghenydd Common. We're up there before the dreaded Windfarm comes. Remember, email your MP, your councillors, anyone you can think of. Ask them why they're trashing this historical site. But anyway, so we're going to get that done before it all gets ruined. So what we're going to be looking at is trying to track down exactly how on this map we've got where the Polaris stone should be. Looking at the work Steve Willits done on looking at the Babylonian connection, South Wales, how the whole thing forms a zodiac. So the weather's not too bad. We'll out and about. Let's see how this goes. You ready, please? You ready, please? Please can see Bob. He's only got eyes for Bob. He's like, why did you let me out the car? All right, he'll be out in a second. Let's go. Okay, so this one he's blocked it. There's a byway there and the farmer's blocked it. It's an old battle zone. This is with the 4-Wheel Drivers Association. But we got the Land Rover, we can go around. So we're going to give that a go. Bob's just checking the ground to make sure it's not impossible. He's an old pro at this. Yeah, but you see there's Bob pointed out the farmer's the one likely to make all the money from the wind farm. So maybe he's happy with that, for his common land, but there's always someone with a hand out going to make some money off it. So that's the general area we're looking up here. There we go. I'm trying it, Bob's going, no problem, he says. Don't try this in your Mazda or something. There we go. There's the fun part. Ah, easy, no problem at all. British engineering, eh? Oh, a bit of excitement. Oh.
Oh, do you know what?
You wear seatbelts for a different reason in a Land Rover, don't you? They'll keep you in your chair. Ah, wow. Who ever thought it'd be this much fun?
It wasn't as bad as this the last time I got.
No, this has really gone downhill, hasn't it? I have speeded this up just to show you the route. We aren't really going that fast. Just so you get an idea. This says it's a public byway, so you can take whatever you like up there. Just be respectful of the local farms and everything. So you come across, you see it's a wind-swept, open environment. It's absolutely stunning up there. And there's all sorts of things we haven't yet found. This is the crucial thing. You've got to get the research of what we don't know as well as what we think we do know and checking that out the mapping. Right, now the theory is, well, the idea anyway, as you can see, it's 2 stones, not 1. And if this is a sighter, what is it sighting? It's in 300 degrees, yeah?
With the old culprit and the here you go, Ross.
Oh, right.
The old culprit.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's come here with a fucking disc cutter to do it.
They've done it with a disc cutter, look. Someone's Lloyd, look.
Someone's come up with a drill to do it.
Yeah.
They just disc cut their names onto it, idiots. And they've used a mechanical drill here, yeah. some twats about. The other thing, can we measure the sort of the angle of the dangle, as it were? In case that's significant. So we're looking at an alignment. This is where this long stick comes in very handy. I can work out the line and take it off the stick then.
The horizon, if you stand, if you stand back by here,
Yes,
you've got something on the horizon, haven't you? Mark it, I was thinking if you're marking the sun coming up over the horizon, perhaps.
Yep.
You know, you've got the spot on the horizon, but looking this way.
Most of the sight is usually sight on something.
Yeah, 130.
130.
Yeah, I'd say 130. Because I said that's pointing at 130 degrees.
Yeah.
But the stones are canted over approximately 130 degrees.
Ah,
So that angle.
Yeah, that angle there is 130.
And they're aligned 130.
That's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Right, let's try and if we get a line on this. Oh, let me do my squats. Oh, can I actually move?
Over.
See, now there is on that distant hill. There is a notch. Look, which you could line up on. Let's just go through here. You can see. Yeah, so sure enough, we do have a notch. I don't know if that's going to be significant or not, but there's something to look at and there's something to think about. We'll plot that out on the maps as well. What you do get the idea, I'm just going to do a quick pan, is just how amazing scenery is around here. Look at that. A few artificial mountains in the foreground there. Them being the coal tips, unfortunately. We'll never know what's lost underneath there. You can see wonderful views of the hills. Even on a pretty grey, overcast day like today, where visibility isn't that great, you can still... If this is going to be a spot for star observing and looking around, it's pretty impressive. But we do have this raised area behind us as well, which is... it's not on the highest point, these stones, are they? Need to work out what's up there as well. And there's the quarry, where I'd imagine that quarry, I'll take a note of this at the moment, what it looks like, because when they do put the wind farms up, they need huge amounts of roads and hardcore for the platforms and stuff, and I imagine it's going to come from there, so that might get a lot of work, shall we say. Let's come this way so you can see where we are. Oh, wind's picking up, as you can probably hear. And that's more towards my side of the valley now. Can't help but wonder how many people from those houses realise what's about to happen up here. And how all this is about to get absolutely wrecked.
That stone there, I think when you look at it, is the remains of a barrow, because it's got a circular enclosure, enclosed area, circular depression around it. And you also then got
this one here, yeah, in the foreground.
If there's any alignments, because I can't see what's there. Because you've got this one, you've got a squarish block up here, you've got one there. See this one?
Yep.
It's got quite square. I was wondering whether there was an alignment between these then and that other stone, but it's not. The other stone's over there. I can just about see it now. But you've got another stone over there as well, flat one.
You can mark something out, perhaps, yes.
Yeah.
If I stand on one, that often helps. Yeah, that's the A470 there. Trying to work out where we are on the map. A quick reminder of the map, if you want to pause there. It's the A470 heading up north, up towards Brecon and places like that. Let's pull the road down. There's the quarry. And there's Pontypridd. There it is. One rather insultingly, really, it's called the town with it hasn't got any history but a hell of a past, which is ridiculous, but there you go. Kind of funny things people like to make up. Yeah, the point is that Pontypridd is that way. There's a lot of people, as you can see, loads and loads of houses, and they're all going to be putting up with these wind power stations they're putting up here. See another interesting ledge and stones down there, which I think we've looked at before, we've been to those before. Work out what they are. Such a beautiful area, it's so tragic to see it get destroyed. Yeah, because one of the things I always strikes me is you've got these coal tips here, these things. You're going to need a load of hardcore and gravel, and the coal tips are basically gravel. Wouldn't it be rather nice if they scooped off there and used that to make these new roads and platforms and all the stuff, rather than continue to hew out there another mountain and make another tip? It's outrageous, really, isn't it? You've got ready quarried stones over there, which are becoming a problem, because if you notice, they're becoming blacker again. They greened them in the 70s. But I think they just put some fertiliser on or something and some seeds, and it's not natural, is it? There's not enough soil there, so gradually they're going to be back to being black coal tips again, as you can no doubt see. So you see, Paul?
Yeah, you come up on that stone there, up on a little bump now, and it goes back down
notch
again.
on the stone itself.
Yeah, is that some kind of a notch there? I think it is. There's a sheep on the horizon. It's directly in line with the farm.
Yeah.
Or the Windfarm, the wind turbines. Yeah, it's directly in line.
Oh, in the far distance, yeah, that's the kind of thing I look at, distant skylines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the work of Alexander Thom and people like that. It's those little notches are useful. So you can do sunrises, star rises, all sorts. It's only on certain days, the rest of the time they're hidden by the hills, and then when they come up in that notch, we're trying to be rude.
But these ones here, you look at this, it's got a squarish corner, and I'm willing to bet that
it continues.
It's all under there if you uncover it, and then if you uncover it, what if there's anything on it?
Yeah, how big is this stone? Yes, at least here, isn't it?
Why is it there? And the problem with this area as well is that there's so much that happened in the Industrial Revolution era. It could be something to do with that. They could have.
Well, yeah, those coal tips. You never know what's under those, unless you scooped them up and moved them to make the roads. Yeah, there's a use for coal tips. I'm not asking for any commission or reward.
Got a nice sighting notch.
Yeah, could have been standing, yeah, as we pushed down. If it stood here or something, there's loads of places it could line up over the hills there.
Go on, Liz, dig it out.
Go on, dig it all out. Yeah, so what Bob's pointing out here is you can see the form of a kind of circle or a boat shape or something like that. Comes around, doesn't it? You can definitely see it from here. Blaze on the lead because of the sheep. It was getting very confusing.
Ross, looking at it again from this direction, right, standing looking over the stone, see how the stone dips, and then you've got the bump from the other stone. Now surely that can't be natural. it fills that little notch in this
Yep.
front stone just right.
Yeah, it looks like the sun in the valley or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
mine's rides of the hieroglyphs.
Yeah, the rising sun coming up over the.
The hieroglyph for dawn is very much like that. Yeah, good spot, Bob. So what you see?
Alright, we're looking for this boat-shaped anomaly here.
Yeah. I will put the map on screen.
Yeah, you can see it. And we've got that stone up there. It should be 23 metres from there to that stone. And from that stone there, based on this ring map image, 44 metres that way and 60 metres from there, and we should triangulate then on the centre point of the feature.
Very good.
So it's 44 from here.
Beautiful pirouette there from Bob. Well worth seeing again in slow motion. I'm giving 6 out of 6.
So the dowsing rods, I think, might be.
Yeah, I did the dowsing rods. Kicking myself.
I've got them in the car.
Yeah, nothing obvious here, is there?
Not you can see.
Not you can see. Yeah. Although the grass is dramatically different here.
Yeah, this bit is different.
It's tufty. Everywhere else is just mossy. We've got the telltale signs of water and stuff.
You can see you've got a slight depression coming round.
Yep.
Yeah, coming round up to here.
Oh right, yes,
And then,
yes.
then going back round. Yeah.
You can suddenly try and mark it out to people. Yeah. Yeah, dowsing rods really are the best way if you're looking for subterranean, underground walls, lines of stones, streams. You can't beat dowsing rods. In the back of every van, the gas board and that. So don't let people mock you. This is the way to do it.
Across there. Yeah. Go back up and get that one.
Yeah, what Bob has discovered is there's paths running all out from that one stone. They radiate out. It's like the spokes of a wheel or the rays from the sun. So you should really mark them all out and work out the angles between them, because it's almost, like a wheel is the best way to describe it.
There's something along this line here.
The whole line, yeah. It is hard to believe at first, and if you're sceptical, give it a go. Get some dowsing rods and try it. And then you'll realise that a number of different people will get the same results, and then you have to think, how do you explain that? And we've done stuff in the past, we dig down and you do find a wall, so it does work. So the gap there, apart from that, the whole line crosses.
Yeah, it crossed all the way following it until we got to.
Yeah, so all along that there line. Curious. God, please, it's pulling hard. Just crossing in that direction as well.
And then it opens out.
Opens out as we get to the big stone and crosses
then
again.
So
it's almost like there's a ring around this, or something, a gap around this large stone.
Well, there's a line, and that was on that alignment. So it was crossed all the way on that alignment, coming up to here until we got to about there. Then it opened out, and then when you get to there, it closed again. There's like a gap all the way around it.
It's sinking from this side now.
All around it, there's a gap. It's crossed and then it just opens out. Up the hill. Across. And across one.
Well, your best bet, go on.
Yeah, my best bet I think is there. See, there's like a little depression coming round there.
Yep.
And then it goes round. And then.
Yeah, you can certainly see some sort of. This would be the side beyond the boat grave mine now, as it were, or wherever it is.
And then if I go up this way, it comes out.
That's what we're asking then, Bob.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm asking. It opened out as I deviated.
JCB in half an hour. So what was your concern with these then, Bob? How's it?
The concern I have is that in order to get the turbines to site and erect them, they're going to have to create a whole maze of tracks, new trackways. And these are going to be stone tracks, and they're going to be probably anything up to between 6 and 8 meters wide in order to get the vehicles up here. But the concern really is the turbines, the tracks will end up inevitably having to cross over the old ditch, the old mountain ditch, and the old dike itself.
Senghenydd dikes, yeah.
Yeah, so they're creating a new access track in about, I think it's from memory, it's about 1.5 kilometers of access track there to link up with the main road network up here. So they're bringing all of the trucks up here, and at that point then they've got to get tracks to all of these turbine locations. So they will come off the main road, and I suspect they're going to use the byway network, these crosses all on here. And in order to do that, then they'll regrade them and then restone them and make them level and strong enough to take the weight. So that's a public benefit then, because the byways will then be brought up to standard, to a better standard than they are now. But even if you look at where the byways are, they've still got to cross over the old dike in order to get to the turbine location.
And as we can see from places like Mynydd y Gaer, they're not shy about carving through a hill or two, are they? Because the corners can't be sharp, I think, can they? And the gradients.
The gradients can't be steep because of the weight of the tower sections and the nacelle and generator, and it can't be too long because the blade sections have got to get round the corners.
So you can't have sharp corners.
So you can't have short 90-degree corners. There are radiuses and gradients, and each turbine manufacturer has got very strict specifications on those. So the roads will have to be made up to that standard, and once the roads are in there, even after 25 years when the turbines are gone, I can't see the tracks ever being ripped up. They'll just be left there to green over, and they will green over to a certain extent. But the stones will always be under there, and whatever's underneath them then will be lost. Will be inaccessible for the
other thing is we don't really know what the purpose of these dikes is, do we?
No,
why they were built.
No, the mainstream theory, the one that was put forward years ago, is that it was in order to create a deer park and keep the deer enclosed. But seeing the size of the dike and the mound, it's not that large, and certainly deer are more agile than that. I can't see the dikes keeping out deer. They might keep out cattle, but they wouldn't keep out deer, and I don't think they keep out sheep.
That's ridiculously over-engineered anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
I say a fence or a wall or something, much easier way of doing that, wouldn't
it'd be much cheaper and quicker to put up a big fence.
That would work better as well.
and
perceivable
if you're
benefit.
trying to keep deer in, you stand a better chance with a high fence. In fact, you would put up some kind of briar thorn hedge.
Yes, a hedge would do it.
A hedge would do it better than a dike. But my take on it is it could be some kind of like a big land or a big enclosure, and whole area within inside of it is some kind of religious sacred site.
Yep.
Which would fit in with some of the things that Wilson Blackett views on it.
See, my concern is it's they've got an engineering purpose, like water management or something. Because it's surprising how much water's up here, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, if you look at the contours of them, they've kept to the top of the ridge. You know, you can see it along here, right on the plan. They're keeping along to the ridge lines, and you know, if you were trying to do water management, you'd probably do it lower down on either side of the slopes.
Why's that?
Up on the ridge. It's coming back to my theory that it's some kind of marker then to show that you're in an enclosed alley area. You're in the enclosed Senghenydd Valley, and you're looking up, and you should be able to see. In the olden days, without any trees or anything like that, you could probably see in large parts of it the actual mound of the ditch, and it encloses all of that valley.
Yeah, because they like the idea of islands as well, didn't they? Maybe if the ditches are filled with water even or something, it does create an island, doesn't it? They seem to be an important thing.
Yeah. But no, it's not only have we got the access tracks, we've also then got
just letting people know these are
the
turbines.
These are where the proposed turbines are going to go. The circles with the crosses in them. But not only have you got the turbine, the tracks to each of the turbine locations, you've then got to connect all these turbines up
cabling,
with the electricity substation here, where they're taking all the thing, which will then mean probably digging up cable trenches all across the common to get to that point. They could put them on wooden poles, and there's enough saw pylons and wooden poles up here already that you could argue that that's not make a big impact on the landscape, or an adverse impact on the landscape, because it's already been spoilt by the pylons. But most local authorities nowadays want the electric companies to put the cables underground to keep them hidden. And if they do that, you've still got the problem then. Not only will you have the tracks crossing the dikes, you'll also have the underground cables. Ways that you can dig the cable, you could actually sort of drill underneath the dikes and put the cables underneath the ground and drill them in, but it gets very expensive, and I can't see any company actually doing that unless it's actually
forced to. Yeah,
they're forced to. They do it as a matter of course because of the cost.
Yeah, like I say, ditches actually help you if you're not bothered about them, don't they? Right, so we just come down the road there, and the common area is over that ridge. You can almost see it. So on the straight line on Steve Drew, what we have is this stone. If you don't know, this stone's supposed to be the one. It's quite an interesting stone. I don't know what it's set on exactly. And there we are. The name's still there, look. Craigerhaven Farm.
And you see another example here of why these farm names can be so crucial clues. Look at the meaning here. Well, heaven sounds like heaven. It could just be a straight corruption of the rock of heaven. Because we've got Craiger is rock, and heaven is the cream or the top of the milk. What they're referring to, what milk? Could it be the Milky Way, the way describing the ancient stars, and this is the top? This is what Steve Willits is on his box. It's exactly on the line. It's where he said it should be. Is this indeed the Polaris stone of the ancient Babylonian star map?
It says right on the other side of the road, interestingly. There's a difficulty then. We've got these other stones here. Are these part of it? Well, this would seem to be the spot. I think with the name of the farm being Craigerhaven, It's exactly what we're looking for. Might not be the exact stone, who knows if that stone's been put there. That is the stone. I think the name of the farm and its site is significant. Another reason why we don't change these old names. They're very, very important and they tell the story in the land.
So as you can see, there is stacks of potential information up on Senghenydd Common. Llewellyn and his team over there from Senghenydd, they're finding alignments with stars and all sorts of fascinating things. And while putting this video together, I had to find a map to illustrate the middle, and looking on the Google Earth, suddenly I thought, oh my goodness, how do you miss that? Very exciting, so we're back up there again to check that out. We think we've hit something major up there. The important thing is, you see, want to get involved every Sunday, 8 o'clock on UK time. There's a live broadcast, you can join in with that in the video. Please become a member, give us some support. Most importantly of all, try and make people aware of what we've got on our hilltops, because another year or two, it's all going to be gone. It's all going to have roads, power stations and turbines over it. The whole thing's going to be vandalised. And it's not saving anybody, you know, it's actually going to ruin our wildlife, but there you go. There's loads more stuff. I would suggest going to the playlists on the channel because there's so many videos. If you could become a member either through YouTube or Patreon, that would help. We're trying hard, but at the moment there's no official interest in any of this and no funding. So any help we can get, great. And best of all, go and buy a book. Buy a book off the cymroglyphics.com website. Give it as a gift, read it yourself. All good stuff, more to come soon. Till next time, Hedwg.